If you're a woman over 60, there's something I want to gently ask you. When was the last time you woke up feeling truly rested? Not just awake, but clear-headed, pain-free, and emotionally light. You see, as we age, we often blame fatigue, brain fog, or poor sleep on getting older. But what if the real cause was hiding in plain sight, right there in your bedroom? Your bedroom should be your sanctuary, a space that renews your energy, calms your thoughts, and restores your body. But for so many of us, it's quietly doing the opposite. It's holding on to clutter, to dust, to memories we're not ready to face. And little by little, that space meant for peace is actually keeping us tired, unfocused, even sad. In this video, I want to walk with you through 6 simple but powerful changes you can make in your bedroom that could dramatically improve how you sleep, how you feel, and even how you think. And I'm not talking about expensive renovations or fancy gadgets. I'm talking about small, thoughtful decisions that help you take back your energy, your peace, one night at a time. So before you scroll away or tell yourself, "My bedroom is just fine," give me just a few minutes, because I promise you, once you hear what I have to share, you'll never look at your bedroom the same way again. Let's begin. 1. Letting go of objects tied to sad memories. Let me ask you something personal, and I ask it with all the love and gentleness in the world. Is there something sitting quietly in your bedroom that carries a memory too heavy to hold? Maybe it's a scarf that still smells like someone you lost. Maybe it's an old photo in a drawer, or a letter tucked under your pillow that you read when no one's watching. We all have things like that. Objects that are more than just things. They hold memories, moments, and emotions that shaped who we are. But sometimes, especially as we get older, those memories don't bring comfort anymore. They bring sorrow. And we keep them close because we feel like letting go of the object means letting go of the person, or the moment, or the love we once had. But here's the truth. You don't need to carry that weight into your rest, especially not in your bedroom, the one place your mind and body are supposed to feel safe. I remember a woman I worked with, a widow in her late 60s, who hadn't changed a thing in her bedroom since her husband passed 5 years earlier. His slippers were still under the bed. His cologne still sat on the dresser. She told me, "It's like he's still here." But the way she said it, her eyes didn't light up. They filled with tears. One day, after a long conversation, she decided to pack away just one thing: the cologne. Not throw it away, just put it in a small memory box in another room. That night, for the first time in years, she slept through the night. She said it felt like she could finally breathe. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't erase the love or the memories. It simply makes space for peace, for healing, for new energy to come in. If you have something in your room that brings up sadness more than warmth, I want to invite you to think about moving it, not throwing it out, just relocating it. Create a memory box. Put it somewhere special. Maybe in a closet, maybe in a drawer with a lavender sachet and a note that says, "This mattered." And then give yourself permission to rest, without that weight beside you. Your bedroom isn't meant to be a museum of the past. It's a sanctuary for the present. A quiet, gentle place where your body can soften and your mind can let go. You deserve that. Sometimes, the most loving thing we can do, for ourselves and for those we've lost, is to create space to breathe again. So take a look around your bedroom today. Ask yourself, does this bring me peace, or does it bring me pain? And if the answer is pain, don't feel guilty. Don't feel rushed. But do consider that maybe, just maybe, you deserve a space that feels a little bit lighter, because healing doesn't just happen in therapy rooms or support groups. Sometimes, healing begins in the quiet moment you decide to take an old photograph off your nightstand and finally sleep with a little more peace. 2. Removing phones and electronic devices from your bedroom. Let's talk about something nearly all of us rely on, and yet most of us don't realize how deeply it's affecting our rest. Your phone. I know what you might be thinking. I just use it to check the time. I like listening to soft music before bed. I only glance at a few photos before I fall asleep. But the truth is, even when we use our devices with the best intentions, they are quietly, constantly working against our sleep. Here's what's really happening behind the scenes. The light from your phone screen, especially that cold, bluish light, tells your brain it's still daytime. That confuses your natural sleep-wake rhythm. Your body stops making melatonin, the hormone that tells you it's time to wind down. So instead of easing into a peaceful night's sleep, your brain stays alert, scanning, reacting, waiting. And it doesn't end when you finally close your eyes. Even if you're not actively scrolling, your phone is still part of the room's energy. It lights up when a notification comes through. It buzzes just enough to stir you. And if you're like so many people I know, you reach for it the moment you wake up in the middle of the night, just to check the time. But instead, your mind re-engages, your thoughts start spinning, and that deep sleep you desperately need slips away. One woman I worked with, a retired nurse in her early 70s, told me she couldn't fall asleep for more than 30 minutes at a time. She thought it was menopause, or anxiety, or maybe her age. But when we looked closer, we realized her phone was right beside her on the nightstand, buzzing with group messages from her daughters in different time zones. She turned off her phone at night for 1 week. Just 1 week. She called me and said, "I haven't slept that well since I was in my 40s. You see, it's not just about the phone. It's about boundaries. Your bedroom should be a space where your brain feels safe to unplug, where your heart can slow down, where you're not being pulled in 5 directions at once by things happening on the other side of a screen. So what can you do? Start small. Move your phone out of reach. Put it across the room. Better yet, charge it in the hallway or the living room. If you use it as an alarm clock, consider buying a simple, gentle alarm clock that won't tempt you to scroll. If you need something to listen to at night, try a basic white noise machine or a preloaded meditation device that doesn't connect to the internet. And if you truly can't sleep without having your phone near you, at the very least, put it on airplane mode and turn it face down so no light escapes. This change alone, removing or limiting your phone in the bedroom, could be the biggest gift you give your body and your mind this year. Because you deserve a night of true rest. You deserve silence. You deserve to wake up feeling refreshed, not robbed of your sleep by tiny, glowing screens that never really turn off. So tonight, before bed, ask yourself, do I need this phone in the room with me, or do I just feel like I should? And if you're willing to try, just try, giving yourself 1 night without it, you might discover just how deeply you've needed that peace. 3. Replacing old pillows that could be harming your health. Let's take a moment to talk about something simple. So simple, in fact, that most of us overlook it entirely. Your pillow. You lay your head on it every single night. It cradles your face for hours. It's the last thing you touch before falling asleep, and the first thing your skin touches when you wake up. And yet, for many of us, it hasn't been replaced in years. If your pillow is more than 2 years old, it's probably doing more harm than good. You see, pillows are like sponges. They absorb everything: sweat, oil, skin cells, makeup residue, hair products, and yes, dust mites. Over time, they become breeding grounds for bacteria, allergens, and in humid environments, even mold. And no matter how clean your sheets are, if you're laying your head on a contaminated pillow, you're breathing in all of that night after night. I once spoke with a woman in her 60s who couldn't figure out why she kept waking up congested every morning. She tried changing her diet, took allergy pills, even bought an air purifier. Nothing helped, until she changed her pillow. Within a week, her symptoms improved dramatically. Her words? "It was the last thing I thought to change, and the first thing that actually worked." But it's not just your sinuses. An old pillow can also irritate your skin. Think about it. If you're investing in good skincare products, but pressing your face onto a dirty pillow every night, you're undoing all that effort in your sleep. That means breakouts, redness, and dryness may not be due to age or hormones, but what your skin is resting on. And here's another thing we rarely talk about: support. As we age, neck stiffness and joint pain become more common. A pillow that's lost its shape or firmness can make things worse. If you're waking up with headaches or a stiff neck, your pillow might be part of the problem. So, what can you do? First, take a moment today to look at your pillow. Not just the pillowcase, but the actual pillow. Is it yellowed? Lumpy? Does it spring back when you press it? If it's lost its shape or has a musty smell, it's time to let it go. Replace it with something that supports both your health and your sleep. Memory foam or orthopedic pillows can help with alignment. Hypoallergenic pillows resist dust mites and mold. If you're sensitive to chemicals, look for organic cotton or natural latex options. And once you've made the switch, consider using a washable pillow protector to extend its life. You don't need to spend a fortune. You just need to choose with intention. You deserve a clean, supportive place to rest your head. A pillow that helps you sleep better, breathe easier, and wake up feeling refreshed. So tonight, as you lie in bed, ask yourself, is this pillow helping me rest or holding me back? Small change, big difference, and it all starts with where you lay your head. 4. Removing artificial scents from your bedroom. Let's talk about something many of us love: the soft glow of a scented candle, the gentle mist of an air freshener, that calming lavender spray on your pillow. We use these things to create comfort, to feel cozy and relaxed. And in some ways, they do bring a sense of calm. But here's what most people don't realize. A lot of the fragrances we bring into our bedrooms, especially as we get older, might be silently making us feel worse. Most scented candles, plug-in air fresheners, and room sprays are filled with synthetic chemicals, especially something called VOCs, or volatile organic compounds. They sound technical, but here's what matters. These chemicals linger in the air. They settle into your bedding, your curtains, even the fibers of your mattress. And when you sleep, you're breathing them in all night long. Now, maybe you've noticed this and didn't connect the dots. A scratchy throat in the morning, a dull headache, a slight pressure in your chest. You chalk it up to allergies or the weather. But more often than not, the real culprit is the air you're sleeping in, and what's been added to it. For women over 60, this becomes especially important. Our respiratory systems become more sensitive with age. Many of us already deal with mild asthma, sinus pressure, or just reduced lung capacity. Breathing in harsh chemicals while you sleep? That's not rest, that's stress on your body. I once visited a friend in her late 60s who kept a lavender-scented plug-in diffuser running 24/7. Her bedroom smelled amazing, like a spa. But she also had a constant cough she couldn't explain. Her doctor found nothing wrong. One day she unplugged that diffuser. Within 3 days, her cough vanished. She told me, "I never thought something that smelled so nice could be hurting me." Now here's the good news. You don't have to give up scent entirely. You just have to make a safer, more natural switch. Instead of synthetic candles, try beeswax or soy candles with essential oil-based scents. Instead of chemical sprays, try diffusing real essential oils: lavender, eucalyptus, peppermint. They don't just smell better, they actually help relax your nervous system, improve your breathing, and support deeper sleep. And here's a bonus tip most people overlook. Add a few living plants to your bedroom. Plants like snake plant, peace lily, and aloe vera don't just make the space feel more peaceful. They actually filter and clean the air while you sleep. No chemicals, no perfumes, just nature doing what it's always done. So take a walk through your bedroom today. Look at your candles, sprays, diffusers. Flip them over and read the ingredients. If it says fragrance or a list of words you can't pronounce, consider making a change. Your bedroom is not a showroom. It's a space for healing. What you breathe matters. Because sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's about creating an environment that gently supports every breath you take while you rest. And the air you breathe tonight starts with the choices you make today. 5. Reconsidering heavy, dark curtains in your bedroom. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. Your bedroom curtains. For years, we've been told that blackout curtains are the gold standard for great sleep. And yes, blocking out street lights or early morning sun can be helpful, but only to a point. In fact, those heavy, dark drapes that make your room pitch black might actually be contributing to poor sleep and low mood, especially as you get older. Here's why. Your body runs on a natural rhythm, a sleep-wake cycle that's regulated by light. When morning light enters your room, it signals to your brain. It's time to wake up. Time to switch from melatonin, the sleep hormone, to serotonin, the mood and energy hormone. That shift helps you feel alert, motivated, and emotionally balanced throughout the day. But when your bedroom stays dark, really dark, even as the sun rises, your brain doesn't get that signal. It keeps producing melatonin, and as a result you stay groggy longer, struggle to fully wake up, and may even feel down without knowing why. One woman I spoke to, an active 68-year-old who still volunteered at her local library, told me she felt sluggish every morning, even after 8 hours of sleep. She assumed it was just aging. But when she switched out her heavy velvet curtains for light-filtering ones, something changed. She started waking up more naturally, with sunlight gently easing her out of sleep. She told me, "It's like my body remembers how to wake up again." But it's not just about light. Thick, heavy curtains can trap stale air. They block airflow, creating a stuffy atmosphere. If your room ever feels heavy in the morning, or if you wake up congested, your curtains might be playing a role. So what can you do? You don't have to get rid of curtains completely, but consider switching to light-filtering ones. Curtains that offer privacy at night, while still allowing soft, natural light to come through in the morning. If you're not ready to make that change, try this. Open your curtains fully as soon as you wake up. Let the light in. Open a window if weather allows. Just 10 minutes of sunlight in the morning can do wonders for your energy, mood, and even immune function. And here's something deeper. Sunlight is a natural antidepressant. It lifts your spirits, grounds your emotions, and helps your body feel alive. In a world that often dims as we age, we have to be intentional about letting the light back in, literally and emotionally. So take a look at your curtains today. Ask yourself, are these helping me wake up with ease or keeping me in the dark longer than I need to be? And if it's the latter, maybe it's time to let a little more light into your mornings. Your sleep matters, but so does the way you rise. 6. clearing the clutter from under your bed. Let's end with something that's often overlooked. Not because it's hidden, but because we've simply gotten used to it. I'm talking about what's under your bed. Storage bins, old shoes, boxes of who knows what. It might seem harmless. In fact, it might feel practical. It's out of sight, out of mind, right? But here's the truth. What's under your bed could be quietly affecting your sleep, your health, and your peace of mind more than you realize. Think about it. When was the last time you cleared out or even vacuumed under there? Dust builds up. Pet hair collects. Air stops flowing. And the result? A stale, heavy environment that lingers directly beneath the space where you rest each night. For many women I've worked with, symptoms like morning congestion, dry throat, itchy eyes, or that foggy, I slept but didn't really rest feeling started to fade once they cleared the clutter from under their beds. One woman, in her early 70s, told me, "I didn't think the boxes of holiday decorations were hurting anything, but when I took them out, I felt like I could finally breathe again." But it's more than just dust. There's an energy to clutter. Even when it's out of sight, your mind still registers it. That sense of unfinished business or low-grade anxiety that lingers without explanation, it might be coming from all that stuff you're sleeping on top of. Sleep experts, and even traditional practices like feng shui, agree. Clutter under the bed can create mental restlessness, emotional tension, and disturbed sleep. It sends a subtle message to your body. This space is not fully at ease. So what should you do? If possible, clear it all out. Yes, all of it. Give that space beneath your bed a deep clean. Vacuum, mop, open the windows while you do it. Let fresh air and energy move through. If you must use the space for storage, use sealed, clean containers. Store only things that are soft, light, or connected to peace, like spare linens or extra pillows. And then, just sleep one night in that cleared-out room. You might be surprised by how different it feels. Lighter, quieter, more open. This isn't just about tidying up. It's about reclaiming your space and, in a way, reclaiming yourself. Your bedroom should feel like a soft landing place, not a holding space for the past or a closet for things you no longer need. It should breathe with you, support you, allow you to let go. So tonight, when you climb into bed, know this. You deserve a space that reflects peace, not pressure, lightness, not buildup, rest, not residue. Sometimes the most powerful transformation starts in the most ordinary place, under your bed. So now that we've walked through these 6 small but powerful changes, what are you feeling? Maybe a little surprised, maybe a bit emotional, maybe even a little overwhelmed. That's okay. That's completely normal. You see, as we move through life, especially after 60, we gather things. Objects, memories, habits, routines. Some bring us comfort. Some we hold on to simply because we always have. But there comes a moment when we're invited to pause, to look around, and to ask, is this helping me live well? Or just taking up space? Your bedroom is more than a room. It's where your body goes to heal. It's where your thoughts settle. It's where your spirit can finally rest after a long day. And it deserves to be a place of peace, just like you do. You don't need to renovate. You don't need to redecorate. You just need to release, a little bit at a time. Release the clutter. Release the noise. Release the weight of things that no longer serve you. Start small. Maybe tonight, it's just unplugging your phone and setting it across the room. Maybe tomorrow, it's clearing the space under your bed. A few days from now, it might be finally letting go of something tied to a memory that still aches. No pressure, no perfection, just progress. Because this stage of life, it's not about shrinking or fading away. It's about choosing what truly matters. It's about creating space for joy, for clarity, and for real, nourishing rest. And that journey? It begins right where you sleep. If this video spoke to you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Tell me, what's one small change you're ready to make today? Just one. And if you know someone, a sister, a friend, a neighbor, who might need this message too, share it with them. Sometimes a better night's sleep is just one decision away. Thank you for spending this time with me. You are not alone in this journey, and I'm so proud of the care you're taking for yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, rest well, my friend.